Hello everyone, my name is Antasil and we're back with the Iberian Socialist Union. Now, this is part 2 in a series about the Go Ahead Make My Day achievement, and let's see where we are at the moment. In part 1 I formed the Iberian Socialist Union, pretty much the strongest path for Portugal to take to get this achievement. You can do this with the Empire of Portugal and Brazil and would get you pretty much in the same starting spot, but not as strong. Now, what's the plan? I'm going to form not only a collaboration government with all Chinese cores, but also with all Indian cores. For this purpose, I at one point released these two collaboration governments, Iberian India and Iberian China. They're on standby. At first, we will have to deal with the allies while temporarily joining the Axis. Maybe permanently, I'm not sure. Get enough war score against the UK to actually take over the British Raj and hopefully get a British puppet as well. After that, we will go to East Asia to take out China and Japan. It will depend on the circumstances which one will go first. Probably China first, and then Japan. Though in my last run, when it didn't go so well, Japan declared war on me while I was about this deep in China, and that didn't end well for me, so I have to be more prepared for that at this time. In order to take on the Allies, I have one army of good troops. They're my basis for pretty much everything from now on. The template is almost the same as the starting template. I added one artillery. There is an artillery deficit, but it will be solved by the time we go to actual war. This is what the production tab looks like, and more stuff will fill out. I'm especially focusing on getting something resembling an air force. I should probably get a few more trucks out there as well. We'll get it done. There should also be a not so good army. I'm going to start, because of the low manpower, with 24 of our trash templates, which are free infantry only. Might expand those later as I get more manpower. Manpower is a bit of an issue, but I'm on limited conscription and I'm on civilian economy. Which one do we do first? I'm going to switch to partial mobilization. These are the remnants of Spain's troops and a bunch of motorized, which I also trained. That's why I have a gun deficit. I'm not going to do anything with tanks, so these guys are my poor man's tank divisions. I'm going to use them not for breakthroughs, but for storming into enemy holes in the lines. Sadly, I did not get any of the Spanish generals. So sad, let's just get a few. This one will do. I have a few guys here, form them to the reserve templates and get 3 more of those. It's not all that hard. I'm going to put 6 divisions on Gibraltar, 6 divisions on Spanish Africa, army of 24 on the Spanish-French border, and my main army will naval invade from La Coruña to England. Easier said than done. I have a navy that's been fragmented because of the Civil War, so it needs to be unfragmented. Just merge them all up. For some reason they're all going to Madeira. Split off the submarines. Make those a separate task force. This admiral has gentlemanly enemy retreat chance plus 20%, so he lets people escape. Any admiral will be better than this, so just get 2 of these. Wait a second. Leader experience gain. Oh, that's good. And give the others to another admiral and simply split up. Make these into task forces of, like, say 30, because we'll be filling them up with very cheap subs. They will die quickly, but we only need a moment's supremacy. Let's have a look at the production of submarines. There at the top here. I'm producing, well, 1 dockyard. I should probably add a few more. Yeah, let's put those on the top. We have enough military factories to actually fill out our reserves. Convoys, I mean submarines are going to be the main challenge. Just add another early submarine queue already for those extra subs. There are no doubts coming in, and set them all on La Coruña. The first political power that's coming in, I'm going to justify on Gibraltar for taking a core state, and I will need 21 political power for that. Finish the focus nationalize industry. It really hurt our stability, but we can now go for reorganization of the Communist Party, which will get rid of our unstable republic debuff. Right, Iberian Socialist Union is done. Now we can do the Popular Front block, but I don't think that's very useful. I'll go get myself some extra naval dockyards. And since we have 150 political power, I'll be going to extensive conscription. Alright, my justification for Gibraltar is done, but it's a war goal that will not expire. We'll use it at the time that it's needed. Meanwhile, my reserve army is done, so I'm deploying them as well on the French border. It's only 6 with infantry, but as soon as manpower trickles in, which is about ready, we can expand the template a little and give it support artillery. It'll still be a reserve template, and it will not be very good. Let's prepare our naval invasion. Now, the naval invasion of the UK is tried and true, is still very reliable. From La Coruña into Cardiff, first discovered by Feedback Gaming, it bypasses the channel and only requires you to traverse 2 sea zones, and 2 sea zones at that the UK AI doesn't always patrol as heavily as the Channel or the North Sea. So you have a fairly good chance of actually getting through here. Now I'm going to assign 10 divisions in teams of 2 and set them on Cardiff, Bristol, and the free tiles that border those ports. In all of my test runs, Cardiff and Bristol are almost always guarded, but the areas next to it with Swansea and etc., they're not guarded, so you can support attack and then usually win. And once you have this area, you can ship in the rest of your troops and pretty much steamroll the United Kingdom. I'm also going to set some backup invasions for my motorized divisions, and they will not have as much punching power, but they will serve as a welcome distraction on the Liverpool side. And from there on, once they land, they can just drive around everywhere. I got some extra dockyards. This will also set me on the route to an extra research slot over here. So let's just go there. Submarine efforts. Submarine efforts. Let's go to Powerful Merchant Marine. Italy joins the Axis. Germany will be going for Poland now, and we will join the war with our war goal against the UK. Now what's the strategy? We will join the war against the UK, then join the Axis so we can join the war against France. We will not be invading straight away. The sea zones here will be contested by both the Royal Navy from Britain and the French Navy. And we need Germany to capitulate France first to get a fighting chance across this sea zone. And in the meantime, we'll just get some war score here and there. I forgot about one thing, and it's not as if it's not important. I need to take off 1 unit here and send it to Goa here. I need to get the Raj involved in this war, or at least my Goa territory, otherwise I will not be able to hand them all of the Raj. So I need a unit there, so we'll get it. Probably best if the unit has arrived in Goa. And it's time to join the war. So we go to Gibraltar. That's where Justification is. Declare war. Immediately set at least these guys to attack. You can't attack France yet, they're not at war with you yet. Let's hope they join quickly. They will not do so, because they feel threatened by you, so we're just going to improve relations with the Germans. And they will invite us to their faction, and then we can join against France. And we're going to call to arms our Iberian India. I can guarantee you they will not survive this, but this will help. Come on. At least get those guys into war. And here's the invitation to the faction by Germany. We can stop improving relations and join their wars. And now these units can attack. So let's do so. Hey, what the hell? Alright, we'll do it this way. Now we can attack, encircle, destroy, and set these guys to attack as well. Well, I took territory of the Raj, so that should be in the peace deal. Let's just concentrate on France for now. Get some war score going. We can definitely use more war propaganda, so we'll use the United Kingdom. This guy's getting a red dot here if you do the battle plan. We'll have to take some casualties here in order to raise our war score. I'm also going to, well, this is probably as useless as it can be, but I'm going to take my tactical bombers and set them to strategic bomb France in order to rack up some more war participation. Every little point helps. This is going to be a terrible peace deal anyway. How are the Germans doing? Fairly alright. The ultimate goal is to get more war participation than Italy, and that's going to be tight enough as it is. It's merchant marine protection is done. Let's do Fusileros to get closer to the new research slots. And this might actually mean that Vichy France will not spawn, but well, they did. Never mind. Okay, this is the time to go for our naval invasion. I'm going to set the main fleet, the battle fleet, to naval invasion support, and the subfleet to strike force. And I'm probably going to have to set my fleet, my air fleet here, to naval strike the area. Mutinies, well, that was bound to happen sometime. Whoa, my naval invasions launched immediately. That was unexpected, but welcome. Alright. By the way, it's not a bad thing if this takes longer. At some point, the UK will simply move its fleet away from the sea zone and you will have supremacy. Did this? I did neglect to actually send my motorized. Might not make it, but no, they don't have the supremacy just yet. 50%, that's not bad. And they're launching too, alright. I guess this might be the magic number of submarines then. Alright, here we go. Speed is down to 3. You can see that Cardiff and Bristol are contested, and the other zones are not. Now this is very important, otherwise you will lose these anyway. Once these guys have landed, pause the game. Select these two. Attack on Cardiff, press S to split and set the other one to go up here. These guys the same, up here, and the other one to Cardiff. That way they'll encircle the port and get an encirclement bonus against Cardiff, and the troops that are spared can actually support there. Get your Air Force, set them to the support missions and to take off naval strike and set logistics strike, that's fine. Put them on the south of England. It's probably out of range, but as soon as you get an airport there, you can move them over there more quickly. These guys, set one to Bristol and one to walk around. It's probably too much to hope for to actually encircle this port, and by the way, we're being attacked here, so probably best not to do this too hastily. This guy arrived, set him to support attack. We need a port. And we got Cardiff. Now that's very important. I already seem to have lost a troop somewhere. No, he encircled one here. Ah, that's too bad. Select the 14 that are still here and manually move them to Cardiff and start expanding here like madmen. Alright, this is a tougher battle than it usually is, but my 14 reserve divisions have arrived, so we should be good to go. Fusilleros is done, so go for the 5th research slot. You'll notice the Germans are coming to help here. That's all very well and good, but I want to encircle London. The Germans will almost certainly take it from me. Set all supply hubs you capture here on the disabling of Allied support. Once they're in the north, they can do no damage, but you really don't want Germany taking any stuff you want to keep for yourself, like London. We need to encircle London to grind war score. We can't have the Germans break that plan. We've got an airport here. That will no doubt help with our air efficiency. So bring them in here. Well, at least I got above Italy with my war score. Alright, we're making some progress here. Don't take London here. You want to keep that one encircled. Do triple checks if all the supply for your allies isn't gone, because you want your allies to get the hell out. And don't set any battle plans, or someone might automatically take London on its own initiative. Meanwhile, London has filled up nicely, so let's clean that out. Oh, you see this Italian here? He's thinking he can get some free London. But I'm just going to cut off all of his supplies, and he'll have to go all the way up north to get food, and he can get whatever he likes there. And this one too. How are we doing? 27%. Well, this entire exercise of killing too many British but with too much trouble did give me a nice war participation. Here, there's Germans attacking this tile here. I don't believe it. This port needs to be cut off supplies. Just leave him. It's just a horse. Don't hurt the horse. Oh, so sad. And the UK has capitulated. On to the peace deal. Well, Germany is on a roll. They'll take lots and lots of stuff. So let's prioritize. We have one core state that we want to take for ourselves. That's Gibraltar. So let's start there. There are 2 Chinese cores here. If you don't take them, the Axis AI will, and you will need to fight the Axis over them. So take these 2. This is the easy part. We'll start feeding stuff to our puppets soon enough. Now for the United Kingdom. Take all states take the London area, which is the best state, and puppet there. And then unselect the rest. We can actually finish this turn, so this is good. Now let's start with our other mega project. This is a good practice run for what to do with Iberian China later. Select Iberian India, take a state, and take another state. Well, we got a few points, so maybe we can keep this up. Start with taking the coastline. And we're done. Back to Iberian India. Alright, that's all of the Raj. Now just go to your United Kingdom puppet and take whatever territory you can get for them. That's not too bad. Now we got a little bit of Union of Britain. That's more than you can reasonably expect, unless the encirclement of London actually works. I got some more Union of Britain here. Axis got most of it, but I'm pretty much done with these guys. Iberian India. This is actually a super India. Why is that? Usually when you open the Raj, there's a whole bunch of national spirits here. Lower recruitable population, industry debuffs, etc. These guys don't have that. They have the glorious 4 million manpower of the Raj and 9 factories. That's not too much, but I've got plenty of factories, so I'll just use those to equip large armies of Iberian Indians. That's the real ticket to victory here. Alright, here we are again with our glorious Iberian Union. We are on our way to form Macau my day, and we'll do so by first taking care of Japan. Now let me explain that. I've done more than my share of test games by now. In fact, this is a new save game because I messed up the old one. And there's a lot of things that can still go wrong for an easy run. Don't get me wrong, this is a very strong start. You have the Iberian Socialist Union, of course, and all of Spain and all that. We have a very strong British puppet. We have a very strong Iberian India. And I actually have Canada as a puppet now, which would give me an inroad to the United States if I wanted to. But the problem is this. How to get to Japan first? Because if I don't get to Japan first, Japan will declare war on the Philippines. The United States will rack up war score, and eventually when you capitulate Japan, you will have the United States creating puppets like in this state in Xinjiang. We can't have that, so we want to take out Japan first. How to get to Japan? Now we either go from our port here and naval invade there, but that's free sea zones that are always contested. That's very difficult. You need the British fleet to do that. We can get the British fleet, but it will take at least a year, and we might not entirely have that one. So what's left? We can join the Comintern. We are communist after all, and we will then naval invade Japan from Vladivostok. We will need to do so quickly though. Japan will do the focus in a little while, the tripartite pact over here, and that will make them guaranteed by Germany. If you declare on Japan or any of their puppets, you will get declared on by Germany. I think I can handle Germany, but it doesn't seem like proper form to actually end the game at war with the Germans, so I'd like to remain peaceful there. In addition to the tripartite pact, there's also the nasty habit of the Soviets to make a non-aggression treaty first with Japan and then with China, disallowing you to use the Vladivostok Strait. So here's the plan. We will leave the Axis now and ask to join the Comintern. They accept. We will grab our main army, get them to a port. No, this one will be better. And we will ship them to Vladivostok. If you just set them on a fallback line or an invasion order, they will go through the entire Soviet Union. Trust me, you don't want that. Go. This template's a bit outdated. We'll add infantry and cavalry recon to it. This will do for now. While we're on templates, we will also grab Iberian India, copy their Divisio de Infanteria, which is a copy of my elite template. Just rename it to Divisio de India and give it another icon, and also expand it with 1 artillery, 2 infantry, and a cavalry recon. This will be our China killer, and we will train a bunch of these. Not that many, like 4, not prioritize them. Okay, that's set up. Let's send the fleet over there, expand them a little. That means I am going to try and get naval supremacy over Japan with my the remains of my sub-1 fleet. If in your game your entire fleet got destroyed, you have no choice but to wait for the British fleet to be annexed. Speaking of which, let's get started on that. I'm going to build infrastructure and civilian factories throughout the UK. That will get their autonomy nice and low. I'll also send them 500 of my convoys to do it even faster. Now, I'm not taking a focus at the moment because I want the political power to flow so I can actually justify on Japan. Let's expand a bit of my production, finish off these 2 sub-1s and just continue with 1936 subs. And let's switch to the trade tab here to have a look what we need. Cancel all these trades. We can get stuff from our subjects now. Canada has a nice load of aluminium. Rubber I'm good for because I took some colonies. And steel we'll get from India, as well as a little fuel. We'll deal with Indian autonomy later. We have 25 political power. I am going to justify on Japan already. And before I forget, I should get 1 port and 1 infrastructure here just to help out with supplies. Note that I'm still not taking a focus. Let's spend some of this stuff. I want to do improved working conditions and some other stuff, and it's more important than the focuses I can take at the moment. Right, the defensive army is not very defensive, so I'll add a few battalions. No, I don't have the experience for it. I'll just leave it at that, maybe later. Let's not forget to take my air force and move it to Vladivostok. 100 political power, do improved working conditions. Right, the army is here. Let's hope they get reinforced because they're at 70% manpower. And we'll have to go. Tripartite Pact is still not here. Well, let's do this properly. Select a fleet, set them on strike force, all of them. Add the air wings on naval strike. Activate the order and declare war. I'm not getting naval supremacy right away, but just let this tick up. It will get there. I'm also going to enter a focus, light aircraft focus. We'll be fine. And do keep an eye on these guys. At some point they'll launch. At least this way they're getting reinforced again. One thing not to forget, the territories of Hong Kong and Guangdong are still part of me and they need to be part of China. So just return them, we'll get them back later. At some point, justify a war goal on China. There's a risk if you capitulate Japan, which isn't happening anytime soon. The Communist China and Xinjiang will join the Comintern and then they'll be out of our reach. And I need to declare that war goal before the Soviet Union signs a non-aggression treaty. Let's also hold on taking a focus. I'll do this one first. Cheaper planes. And here we go. The naval invasion has launched. Let's see how they're going to do. are landing without opposition. I'm pausing the game immediately and deleting these orders. Otherwise they'll just shuffle around here. Grab the remaining 12 troops and get them over there. Get one unit at least to go to Nagasaki. You want as many of the Japanese ports to be out of commission. I'm also doing war propaganda against Japan. That's usually worth it. Alright, we're ready to declare war to prevent another Russian treaty from stopping us. We got Nagasaki, very nice. Let's encircle this troop here. Alright, we're doing very well here. Do note that I've put port guards out. Usually the Japanese like to naval invade. They have to. Nice, we got Tokyo encircled. Let's clean that out. Don't want to take it just yet. I want to finish off my war propaganda first. Alright. Let's finish off the rest of these Japanese forces. Well, here are the Japanese invading me. Well, they didn't get a port, so that's something. Yeah, it looks like we got the most of our war propaganda. And that's Japan. Now let just China take everything that's Chinese. I will want to puppet Japan and satellite Korea. Let's start with Korea first, then Japan. If you have any chance, get those island nations as well. And then just fill up Japan. Probably not take Taiwan. Well, the Chinese can have it. After all, for the achievement, you need all of China cores to be in the hands of your collaboration government, and you just can't hand them over. And this peace deal got us a very handsome Chinese puppet. Greece joined the Comintern. That's good. They sometimes join the Chinese United Front. I now have China all to myself. Easier said than done, of course. China is huge. They do have quite a few divisions, and it's time to actually build up and take them. The build-up part will be all those Indian armies that I'm training. I'm already here on the border with Yunnan. It's not going to be very useful, but at least we'll draw in border troops. I will send my main army over here to the Korean side, and I will use naval invasions on multiple fronts to spread out the Chinese forces and take them. Now there's still a lot to do. It's not an easy war to actually beat China. In 1940, we have the advantage of being in the Comintern still. China will have to guard these borders as well. The goal will be to, the tactic will be to use encirclements to whittle down their army and get naval invasions going on this coastline to make use of their spread outness. At some point we'll have to call in our collaboration government here, otherwise we will not be able to give them anything in the peace deal. So at the same time we're just training Indian divisions here, we're exercising more of them here, and I'm balancing out my production. Let's see if that's still going strong. Well, it's fine. I do have a fuel deficit. Yeah, it's fine. I'll just halt the subfleet for now. And I'll pause my air wings. That should help. Yeah, fuel streaming in. Alright, it's entirely possible to call in Iberian India and see if we can advance here. When fighting in China, always check the supply situation. Well, it's looking good. Call to arms, brothers. And just attack. I'll set them to cautious and cancel immediately. This is horrible terrain, this won't go anywhere. These guys are just meant to hold. And a white beast Japan. Well, I don't really care about that. Ah, well, it doesn't matter. Troops are moving in here. Set it up front. Say goodbye to my political power. What the hell? Civil war in China. Please don't join the Comintern. Well, they can't because I'm at war with them, of course, but... Well, this complicates or simplifies matters, I'm not sure which. Alright, we can call that progress. Meanwhile, my motorized has arrived. I did notice my motorized has never been upgraded. They'll need engineers and motorized recon and support artillery and, well, single companies, what the hell. And let them exercise on the port for a while. And I'll prepare a special naval invasion plan on the coast of China. The next batch is almost done. Oh, that was fast. Communist China is out. The rest is still in the Chinese United Front. No problem there. Whoa, what the hell? I didn't pay attention for a while, and this guy got adaptable and super stats. So he's off this defensive army. He's going for one of my Indian armies, of course. Adaptable, yes please. Alright, launching a naval invasion into China. I'm going to start a collaboration government in China. Not that I need the collaboration government, but I want to lower the surrender limit. It's just to make things a little easier on myself. Alright, this general got amphibious. So I'm reassigning a new general here, and this exercising army will do my next naval invasion, and he can repeat his trick. Alright, we've got Qingdao, give these guys a battle plan. My invasion guys are almost ready. Their orders will be take out Taiwan, get them over to Okinawa here, and set their naval invasion orders for Taiwan. Which means the final army is about ready. So deploy and exercise. I'm getting somewhat of a surplus of troops, equipment here, so I'm also going to train a Japanese army. When fighting in China, every once in a while it's good to have a look at the supply situation, try not to cry a lot, and make plans accordingly. This battle group, for instance, really needs to focus on getting the supply up here, otherwise they're not expanding. Same goes for this one here. So we're going to slice off a piece of China here in the hopes of getting another encirclement. Alright, that one's successful. Here, not so much. I'll keep trying. Taiwan is heavily guarded. I didn't expect that, really. But this one looks dead in the water. This is a small miracle. I actually got the port here. This is looking nice. Well, let that run on auto. I'm doing another naval invasion. And we got a port. Yes, yes, yes. I was just having a look at China. They have a lot of national spirits. Army corruption is still here. But Chinese unity, surrender limit plus 15%, and where is it? Heavy inflation. Oh, that's not good for them. This one, War of Resistance, Division Defense on Core Territory. Ouch, ouch, ouch. But we're getting there. Look here, this army pretty much has free reign. So I'll just set them to advance. Also, my final naval invasion army is done. I'll set them to Taiwan as well and set them up for the north. well, north, the center here, near Shanghai. Alright, we made the split. With all the manpower I'm using from Iberian India, it's a good idea to have a look at how close to raising their autonomy they are. Quite close. I can't have that, so I'm going to put my production of infrastructure on the Indians, just to get them down a little. Japan. And let's have a look at the naval invasion at Shanghai. Well, I'm not actually invading Shanghai, but close enough. Uncontested. That's nice. At some point during the entire war, you will want to call in your Iberian China collaboration government. They'll probably get killed, but at least that way they'll be in the peace deal. Nanjing has been taken, the old south capital. But in terms of surrender progress, we're not there yet. Alright, we've got one big front line on mainland China. Alright, this is a good one. Here you have a supply hub that's not connected to any of your ports, so build a railroad to one of your ports with priority and set it to the top and upgrade it later on. You really want those supply hubs to be connected. Here's another one, but it's just conquered, and the rest is just Chinese support levels. One by one they will all fall. And that's Shaanxi gone. And Guangxi Clique is down. China's on his last legs now. They're at 95%. And here we are. China has capitulated. Well, in order for the achievement to fire, we need all of China's cores to be assigned to this China here, Iberian China. Now, no one got any war score, but I'll just show you how this one goes. You take Iberian China and you give your score. That was easier than I expected. You took their own stuff. Anyway, this looks like it has been successful. Iberian China and Iberian India. I already have the achievement, but it was nice to do it in no step back once more. It's very Chad, of course, to do it with both India and China. Well, let's look at what we have here. 13 million manpower. Some factories, not too much, but no debuffs. It took me about a few tries to actually get this right. Now, what are the key points to take away from this? You want a quiet peace deal like I just had, so you don't want Yugoslavia or Greece in the Chinese United Front. They joined Comintern this time, and that's probably for the best. You don't want any allies taking puppets out of Japan territory, so you want to take out Japan before you take out China. And for that you can join the Comintern to get easy access. But do remember that at some point the Soviets will sign non-aggression treaties around the world, including China and Japan. Well, it's been a hell of a ride. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And if you have any suggestions for future videos, leave them in the comments. And see you next time. Bye bye.